Mind about how there's never been a reverse sweep on LAN, never in the history, especially not with the Intel Grand Slam also on the line. FaZe feel the pressure and Cloud9 bring the pace.
Yeah, do Cloud9 feel like big boys on LAN up to the task of a reverse sweep? They've traded evenly in this round to find a 4v4 post plant. Hobbit holding for the rotate down the lane, gets the info on one. Doesn't know about that second man in ropz. But he's just playing to delay. He's playing to waste as much time as he can. Wins one of these fights. ropz has made steps. Hobbit knows he's getting pressured, but he's doing it all right now. The gift. Hobbit nails shot after shot. And Rain, as good as he's been in these pistol rounds, a 1v3 from here, asking far too much. Hobbit rip-roaring opener to this fourth map.
This is perfection from Hobbit. It doesn't get any better than this. He has got everything in the move he just did. It's information gathering, it's patience, it's waiting for the CTs to come close distance with your Glock, and then the 3 headshots. Man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, and Hobbit, you know, he's been a crucial player, right? We always talk about Shiro and Axel. How can you not on this team when they take all the attention, right? Obviously, in Pro League alone, they're second and third highest rated players of the tournament. But Hobbit, he's that reliable piece of the puzzle. He's that major winner himself. And he stands up when Cloud9 need him. I mean, we have number 2, 3, and 4 in terms of rated players at Pro League. Still in this final right now. ropz is right behind the 2 C9 boys. And he has been playing lights out as well.
They run boosted Twistzz immediately at the beginning of the round to try and take fights towards B long, but this is where there's going to be a stylistic match, a stylistic battle between Cloud9 and FaZe, because Buster is more than happy to just stay T-spawn. And this is part of the modus operandi of Cloud9. They're going to give map control away in a very controlled fashion and then try to punish. The big challenge, the big task for Nafany is to not let time be his enemy. You have to maintain time. You have to give yourself a little bit of breathing room so that you can reclaim the map that FaZe will take away from you.
If Cloud9 find this conversion, this would like represent something unheard of in the series, which is like Cloud9 actually being the guys to get off to a hot start, right? And that was spoke about on the desk even. This idea, you know, that we've had Cloud9 playing on the back foot so far, right? What would it mean if they started a map off in good form?
Well, FaZe, they took both pistols and Mirage. They couldn't even close the game. Even Naf was saying, like, this is, you know, if you're doing that, you have to win the map. FaZe don't have that backpack. ropz could change the tide, though, with a couple of well-placed Ds. He's found one.
Oh, but they swing him together. They don't want to give him this. Brokey will ring out with one more in the meantime. And Twistzz up close. Helped out by Brokey. It's left to the 1v1. Rain on the other side, moving through Donut. Buster taps on the bomb, expecting a CT plant, and that's too easy for Rain. In these clutches, FaZe stand tall time and time again. And I think that was, you know, the X factor that started to drop off towards the end of Mirage.
It was there on Inferno, though. Brokey with 3 1v1s, and sure, he even kept that going into Mirage individually, but yeah.
Round 15, right, he puts up that stellar little 1v2 to win another round for FaZe. This time it's Rain adding his name to that tally. It is scary. I mean, FaZe came into this grand final with the best success rate of winning 4v5s. They're great in these man-down positions, but winning that with pistols, that is a victory that might bring FaZe back into this series in a very scary way. The confidence is flowing now. Twistzz getting involved. This is where Cloud9 would love a reply to stop this aggression, to stop this confidence from reaching boiling point. They found a way back into this round, a 3v3.
Sure, I caught alone in middle as well. Cloud9, they've scavenged a gun at least off a Twistzz, but Buster looking for a dig over the smoke. He sees nothing.
This is more than tactical. How FaZe have decided to play the beginning of this game is psychological. It is sending a message to Cloud9. We are going to take the fight to you. You think you can grab any map control, a sub 20 seconds, sub 25 seconds, you're going to have to fight us. And even in 3 versus 2, we keep going for it. And Rain keeps going at it, but he gives away his life.
They're not ready for more, are they? Surely Buster's got the dig out, but wide on the angle is Brokey, and now he should survive. Go back to B. You know Nafany was here. Don't need to offer out more 1v1s as a gun to be gifted. Nafany would have to make noise to take it, and Brokey's covering with an easy shot. And that's a big point, Matthew, because this is a map that has changed in recent times from being a very heavy CT 11-4 map to one where the Ts have a lot more room. Middle is now theirs due to the spawns being pulled back. So for FaZe to be playing aggressive on a map where they actually have where they are not favored, taking their spawns, that's hard.
And this is where you circle back to this very complicated defensive half they had against Na'Vi. And we heard from FaZe, they themselves said we played too passive. We give them too much map control. We didn't do the moves we were required to do. Would it be information? Would it be fights? And this was the best warning sign, kind of a reality check they needed. And we can already see now the lessons.
They've done it 3 rounds in a row.
Twistzz, yeah, does the jump out through red, lands it, and gets up here so quickly. Cloud9 were not ready for that. And, you know, with only pistols, it was never meant to be their round anyway. But I do love how FaZe are just so, like, full frontal with the aggro.
It's about the message.
Exactly, right? Like you say, they're playing this psychological game, and it's serving them well. The pistols cleaned up there as Brokey gets the last. And FaZe, they get the conversions after stealing away that second round with the 4 spy.
I guess it's just reassuring seeing FaZe not playing not to lose, right? We often say that, but it is very much a factor, right? Playing too fearful to make plays and to make moves, that's not the case right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this as well. Like, FaZe normally a team that when they're at events, pretty talkative, in little downtime between matches. They'll say hello to you if they, you know, if you cross paths. But before this game, it was laser focused, right? They are just full deady onto this. Not wasting any time with the pleasantries.
Again,
full focus in this map, and they go 1 for 1 over in middle.
Hey, it's a good realization. Twistzz was going to do it until they punished him. So finally, C9 have a response. Hobbit comes through that smoke with a clear goal in mind, and he does find 1 for 1. Karrigan getting smashed apart at B. Has to pull all the way back, and Brokey's timing to holding red, as long as he stays still, is fine. Oh, shaky. He hits a shot.
He needed that kill. We have 1 minute and 16 left on the clock, and there is no smoke, no Molotov available for the CT side. So you basically use so much of your assets early on that you need to have something to show for it. You need to have a kill advantage.
On the flip side, Cloud9 have a boatload of utility and weaponry, and they keep putting pressure on FaZe. They've actually forced them out of the bomb site. Rain gets wallbanged and then mollied at default. He had to pull out, and FaZe, they may have low health, but at least they have a man up. Boost going on. This could be nice. Ooh, Karrigan falls back up top, and he can see nothing till they cross the default.
Oh, he saw one jump. He knows he's about to get delivered a kill. That molly falls in behind them.
Wow.
And what a response out of Buster. Cloud9 have just made this a doable spot, but that spam out of ropz complicates things. Nafany wasn't ready to be thrust into the 1v2, crosses over to long, and has this fight to worry about. Wins it to ropz, but is not prepared for Brokey.
He blended in there, didn't he? He blended right into the wall.
I can't get
Nafany goes
over
wide.
how many 1v1s Brokey just looks so calming. Like, look at this guy. He's put up. This is like, what? I think it's his 6th clutch in the series so far, around about that number. And I know a lot of them are these 1v1s, but these are the rounds that really matter down the stretch. If this ends up being, you know, some 16, 14, 30 map affair, you think back to these rounds, you think back to where Brokey just put in that 10% extra, held his own, kept his cool, and you think about them as the saving moments.
Put FaZe on tracks for sure. It's just the understanding of Brokey in that situation when ropz finds the wallbang. He knows that Nafany now has information about 1 CT behind him. What's the most likely reaction? He's going to try to grab some space in front of him. He's going to try to isolate the 1v1, and then Brokey just steps back, makes sure he is the safety net.
Oh, and they've got another solution. Again, over the top of the smoke, Hobbit gets boosted, and he finds Twistzz making the same play, crossing over. You almost have to admire the ballsiness of Twistzz to continue with these actions. Karrigan
Do they know about
has
Nafany?
also pushed down B, but this is,
I don't think they know. I think Nafany has become invincible.
Invincible. We'll have to see if he lives or dies.
This is really spooky.
don't
Nafany
know.
doesn't
They don't know.
realize it, but like he is in the position to win this round, to make something magical happen for Cloud9, because suddenly Karrigan's got to have eyes in the back of his head. He can't hold both angles. And so overran, Nafany has teed Cloud9 up for this one.
That's a really cheeky play.
That's a round-winning move.
And they knew he could get there as well, because once they had the boost up over mid, they just played around Twistzz, banking on Twistzz doing the same thing, making the same play, and Nafany finds the gap because there's no one lane for FaZe.
So if we are visualizing a chess game now between Nafany and Karrigan, the last 2 rounds have been Nafany having the upper hand. And I think this run is a strong signal to Kerrigan. Listen, if you're going to keep being that aggressive towards mid, we have already proven to you twice that we know how to handle it. We've had 2 different ways to punish Twistzz, being a first victim of the aggression, and now Nafany's found a timing that was almost impossible to grasp. So Kerrigan is going to have to offer us something different. I don't think this is going to work like this moving forward.
Yeah, I want to see HEs in mid for FaZe, right? Like, punish any player making moves early out of middle, because, you know, you often just see Ts take mid late on this map when the CTs have pulled back and burnt all their util. If FaZe have the money for HEs, if they want to risk buying here, which is a question in and of itself, you know, let's get some, you know, artillery into middle. Surely, Maniac, surely Twistzz won't do it again.
I can't imagine he would. I cannot imagine he would. A great redemption arc as well from Nafany after map 1 and 2, where he was a shadow of himself, having truly no impact. I think he's come alive on Mirage, and now he's starting Ancient the best of way again. Now we see the aggression is way more tamed for FaZe. I think the message has been received.
Well, they learned their lesson. Hobbit pops himself through the smoke, but Twistzz blind recovers in time for that kill, and he slinks back himself. 5-on-4, it's all FaZe ever wanted.
Dude, that's wild out of Twistzz. Like, let's just talk about it, right? If you were kind of saying, it feels like, you know, the message's been received, the aggression's going to fall back a little bit. Hobbit even self-flashes himself through the mid-smoke. Twistzz was full blind, and he fully commits to that fight. It's just so ballsy. Such a risk. But he makes it worthwhile. And in the cave, that molly to clear out the rat cubby. Nafany needs to check left, and he will. Rain, the caveman, nailed in the head-to-head. Shiro with a missed shot in a donut. You would have loved that to connect. That could have opened up a real route into this round. You've still got the 4v4, but the onus is on Cloud9 to make this opening move happen.
They have Axide already positioned on A, and he's been listening. He knows there's only one donut player. Hasn't had any other information when it comes to Brokey. So now I think he's just calling back the rest of the crew. They're going to leave one player mid in the name of Buster lurking, and it's going to be the A.
Yeah, donut smoke and CT smoke, so they have a lot of room. It's just Brokey's position left untangled. Molly means he can't swing, but they're coming through into his off angle. Oh, that's a great bounce flash as well. He can do nothing about it. Brokey must concede the site. 20 seconds, flash through the smoke as ropz. He sees nothing. He can't hang around forever. There's a lurk in mid under Nafany, and ropz doesn't know about it. Bomb plant wide, but the smoke fades. They waste their time. 10 seconds, and ropz is in the power position. He can kill this mid flank. No one needs to face. Just Shiro stuck in the mud.
Oh, even getting out with the AWP. He does need to hold on to this. He's going to get out with the AWP just fine. FaZe Clan, they stop that round. Robbery from ropz in the donut. And time wasted for Cloud9 comes back to haunt them. I think a lot of these T-side rounds for Cloud9 have had, you know, reoccurring problems across every map in the series. There's been a lot of these last-second plays, and I think when you're in your element, you can afford to go for that, right? When you're versus a FaZe Clan that still have an advantage in this BO5, they're still one map away. And, you know, you've had some streaky performances across the maps. It's going to hurt them not having that time on the clock to adjust. FaZe love that you're playing into these rounds late because they know that one kill on the right man can win them these rounds, and they'll go for that every time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The difference being on Mirage, when Cloud9 actually closed it, they're on the CT side when they had to handle these last few second situations. And I think they're more equipped to deal with late round decision makings on the CT side. I've seen them on the offense maybe stumble just a little bit here. Nafany had a position in the lurk mid, he didn't get activated, and then the time, of course, on the smoke fading. That's an easy round and a frustrating round to lose for Cloud9.
FaZe needed themselves there as well. Low health early in middle. Twistzz just fighting gung-ho in the open again. He is stubborn, but he is not getting taught a lesson, or at least he hasn't learned it yet. 2 deaths.
No, I mean,
but every other time he's gotten away with at least 1.
That's a man who wants to make history tonight, right? Like, he is so keen to fight you in middle. It's obnoxious almost how often he's getting away with it.
And I love how FaZe don't sit back in the 5v4. They make a play, but they make it together. They can trade this out at worst case. Axel is patrolling around jungle, but timings are everything right now. Will he even catch them? He's lining up nades. They're right behind him. It's a freebie for FaZe, and Twistzz keeps it going as he sends it into spawn.
And this just feels crazy now. Like, Twistzz feels like he's teleporting around the map. You just faced him in middle, and now he's pushed through main. He's even hunting all the way into the spawn, but that is a good angle for Shiro, and not one that Twistzz is anticipating. Rain with the cave hold. Overwhelmed. Suddenly a route opens up for Cloud9 into the B play, perhaps. Karrigan trying to tame the beast in cave. The Buster still remains here. Shiro with a pick up the ramp side, and Brokey starting to feel the pressure. That tag connects, but now he's off the angle. Shiro owns it. That smoke might give Brokey an angle! And so Buster sails Shiro down the river. It's a 1v2 for Buster to complete. Brokey dead, but ropz round in the palm of his hand. And it's another one of these tight 1v1s where FaZe keep their composure.
That was great for Karrigan as well. He noticed he had an opportunity to not only get a kill, but get info, right? He heard that pin pull, the smoke, and he just swings into cave. Every reaction is perfect for Cloud9. Shiro knows he must be in front of the bomb site because of his teammates chasing Karrigan down. It's just the timing of ropz's flank is so perfect. Buster was never ready for it. I don't know if this is a misbuy, but we have a sword off for Axile. Meanwhile, Mac-10 runs rampant in middle, and Hobbit makes it up to red as well. They've got a gun. Nafany gets picked by Karrigan in cave. What the hell is his shotgun meant to do? It's got to be a misbuy. He's playing Deagle over it. Means he has no nades.
This is an incredibly important moment in the game. The force buy that's coming out of Cloud9 right now, whoever gets this has the money for the rest.
Oh, Shiro! Trying to be that man. Trying to be the savior of Cloud9. Karrigan with the backstab, but he's missed the timing. Brokey's going to do this from the temple. They've not paid the respects. They've not paid the respects to Brokey. He's being given room here. Chances to fight. He even goes back, looking for the man in red, looking for the man lost to the smoke. And with Karrigan picked out of the round, Brokey's getting pincered in the 1v3. They might finally stop this man from clutching. They might finally stop him from winning one of these 1vx rounds. And so Cloud9 with the force buy, keep this competitive.
Blimey.
And now we have to roll back to not this round, but the round prior where FaZe in a 5 versus 3 kept on pushing, kept on going for the information. Twistzz, maybe over-eager just a little bit, giving away his life in the T-spawn. You felt like FaZe had everything. They had Buxton and Cloud9. Sure, they end up winning the round based on Brokey's great shot, based on ropz's good double lurk. But the reality is there is no money in the bank. And this is why Cloud9 know if we put everything we have into this right here and we push with the Mac-10, it's possible. They don't have the util, they don't have all they need. They win the round, and now FaZe are almost reset. They are fighting for their bare economies right now on their CT side.
Yeah, after so much mutual respect in middle, that pace changes everything. FaZe will still bring the heat down ramp though in this round. And you know, as much as we consider Cloud9 viable in those force buys, FaZe must be considered too. Deagles are not new to these guys, but they have nothing left. No kit, no nades. Karrigan's low. C9 take middle. ropz is a perfect position, almost never cleared, but it might never matter as Cloud9 are grouped outside of B. Hobbit keeps the pressure on mid. Mighty. FaZe 3 in the right place at least. Cloud9 should have the utility to scatter them. All right.
Yeah, this is actually getting a little bit worrisome, right? Your MP9 kind of tagged up, Shiro a little low on health as well, walking into this stacked up B side. That re-aggression from FaZe delivers the kills that Cloud9 were looking for, and with Twistzz overran, they've dealt with this one, breaking apart the force buy from the FaZe clan.
Cloud9 fans finally have something to cheer for here in Malta as well. They're getting a little louder. This intimate LAN setup has been pretty explosive this afternoon, this evening.
Cloud9 have reclaimed some control over this map of Ancient, of course. Now, I don't think we should ring the alarm bells when it comes to FaZe. Remember, we referenced that game against Na'Vi. That was 2 rounds on their CT side. 2 rounds. They were completely dominated, outclassed, had no solutions. This is a much better start for FaZe. There is time for them to adjust as well. But Cloud9 they've fought for it, and now they're finally going to play a couple of rounds with a little bit of relief, with some money in the bank as well. And I think Nafany can breathe as deeply as possible.
Yeah, I want to see how they continue to attack middle. Do we still have pacey rounds for Cloud9? The last few, they've kind of let themselves off the leash in mid, taking those spawns. Axel has it again. So we'll see. But up against Eco, you can expect a stack, perhaps nades. All the more reason for Cloud9 to remain calm in these kind of rounds. They've done the hard work, now they get the easy. All right.
Okay, 2 flashes to try and peek with the USPs.
That's
3
for mid.
players.
They're all going to peek mid together on call the flash. Here it comes.
Just before it, and with ropz dead, yeah, that was like the big ticket item. That Deagle had to do a lot. Falls on deaf ears. The flashbang didn't blind Shiro in time, or rather, the swing was a little ahead of the flash. And so Cloud9, not even breaking a sweat. It was only versus the USPs, but not even losing a player here is great for the future of this first half.
Obviously, the next round is going to be a very important moment in this first half. And I wonder if this wouldn't be the time for Cloud9 to hit FaZe with something a little different than what has been happening in the past 10 rounds, right? You could maybe just like a quick A execute, change the pace towards the B side, because for now, it's been this chess fight towards mid. You take it fast, we try to fight you back, then you take it a little bit slower, we punish Twistzz again, Nafany finds the cave. Everything has been mid-centric in the map. And now if you're Cloud9, you should anticipate an adaptation coming out of FaZe. You should anticipate something different, maybe, just maybe, hit them with something out of left field.
And we've kind of seen everything from FaZe in terms of aggression, right? With Twistzz starting with some crosses to mid, to ledge rather, and Karrigan constantly pushing down ramp. These double setups in cave. We've had an A main push as well with 2 players. So C9, all the more reason to relax and let FaZe walk into their crosshairs. We've had so much active CT side for FaZe. And this is a round where they don't really have the util to contest in a late round, nor the kit to let it get to a post plant. It might put pressure on FaZe to continue this aggro. Cloud9 building up quite a wealth on this T side, 3 rounds straight.
And what a comeback in this grand final as well from Cloud9 overall. If you think about map 1 and 2, how this wasn't even close to being a battle. It seemed like FaZe were just going to cruise past and get their hands on that trophy, and now Cloud9 are actually making a case for themselves.
It'd be unbelievable if they did it, and it would be, just shocking for FaZe, given how close they got, but not close enough for Twistzz. He gets his head cut off by Nafany again. This ledge climb works for Cloud9.
Dude, I mean, it was cool at first when it was like working, and it felt like, it was a real like statement. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep getting away with kills. But now, like, we're kind of tipping that scale to where it almost feels problematic how these opening fights in mid are a consistent source of openers for Cloud9.
They feel the pressure, man. They know they need to make plays, and that's exactly what C9 are banking on.
There's also a tidbit impatient from Karrigan. If you play against Cloud9, if you 5v4, you can't immediately push, or 4v5 rather, and now the timing from Hubbit's been found. Dobroki is aware, gets killed. ropz with the trade in, with the Emperor Silence, had no idea about Axile.
2 for 1.
Just Rain, one man to do it all. And now that they know he's over at B and they've got control of red, that bomb will not commit in. Cloud9 will not leave anything to chance here. If Rain wants to try the 1v3, he's going to be just so far away. They'll let him give it a go, but they're not going to make it easy for him. They've got all the control of red. They say, mate, ball's in your court, go save. And they win this one to numbers alone. So Cloud9 with the equalizer. And this is where, the kind of trepidation around, picking up this Grand Slam for FaZe, this Intel Grand Slam that they've had multiple chances now to secure. This is where I think that pressure starts to float back the other way, right? They're under no illusion that this is the best chance that they've had, the best chance maybe they're ever going to get.
Oh, yeah. The only chance, really, right? Like, we're running out of time. They have 3 shots. They have Rio, and they have Dallas.
That's magnified even more with CS2 right around the corner. This is the final chapter of Global Offensive that we are in now. This is the last chance for guys like Karrigan, who have had careers spanning across generations of Counter-Strike, to leave that legacy, to feel like you ticked off every major achievement on the list. And that is a lot of pressure to have on your shoulders, even for a grizzled veteran like Karrigan.
Think about the last year for FaZe. They took, for Karrigan especially, took a Katowice, took a Cologne, took a major. Got to take a Grand Slam as well, but it could be slipping through the fingers of FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chance that you just won't really feel like you've ever had again. It'll be like a huge regret that you'll always have looking back at. And, this is all coursing through your mind in the background, just eating away at you.
How do you shut that out, Maniac, when you're playing? How do you shut out the external thoughts and just focus on that moment?
I mean, you cannot completely. That's the answer. You cannot completely shut it out. You just have to accept it, and you have to feed off of it. I think for FaZe, what's also kind of troubling is that over the microcosm of this series, things are starting to change. things started the best possible way. So 2-0 start when everyone is on point, Kerrigan is outclassing Nafany both individually and tactically as well. Then suddenly 11-7 up on the third map, things got to crumble just a little bit. Late round situations, you don't find the solutions, and now it seems like the pressure is getting a little bit to FaZe, and this is Cloud9 that's actually looking in control and dictating the pace, although maybe Ren has something to say.
Rain has a dig, but he's also pushed out of the bomb site. They don't have the nades for this, just flashes to get them some control. That smoke will fade eventually. Buster needs a plant. Blocked by Shiro, but cover is there. Hits his shot, and the pistol is getting picked apart. Pulled off this round. It's C9 with 7. ropz is just looking for damage. They won't give him the time of day.
And I mean, on other maps, these are the rounds where FaZe have always been able to find damage at bare minimum, right? Usually they keep Cloud9 unsure of themselves by making these rounds far closer than they need to be. That is like a twofold effect. One, Cloud9 would often approach these rounds a little slower, right? A little more respectful, and sometimes FaZe use that to their advantage. On top of that, you know, there's kind of this idea now that you're not making a dent in the money, so Cloud9 are just building up these bank accounts. With that comes the ability to take a few more calculated risks, and so suddenly the kind of nature of this game changes. If you're FaZe Clan, it feels like you're playing an entirely different team right now.
It is. You have allowed Cloud9 to reach the point of comfort. And that is what you didn't want. Because all of our dialogue, all of the story was about how FaZe would put pressure on Cloud9, how we would not actually see the best version of Cloud9 because of the pressure, because of the context, because it's the men against the boys. But now Cloud9 have actually arrived, and they are going through their emotion.
Yeah, that was the case on Inferno, right? Shiro just shut down with 4 kills, you know? Wasn't even a factor. FaZe had Cloud9 right where they wanted them. This is a very different matchup now. A huge opening kill as FaZe try and win the half. Rain, we call him the caveman for a reason. Created most of the spam spots towards his position. He's cleared out everything. The rotations are panicking now for FaZe. They hear the smokes rain over. They know the hit's coming.
Yeah, this is the round you've got to win, right? This is like the great reset of the FaZe mentality. If they can pick this up, the util starts to rain in for Cloud9. They're a man down. FaZe know about this. They've got everyone here. They've got everything in place to win this round. Now they need to stick the landing.
Wow.
Twistzz robs the bomb plant. The trades come back. And this was looking good for FaZe Clan, but it's turned sour quickly. Hobbit's pressuring the spawn. Will get swung. Cleaned up now. It's left to Axal in this clutch. Bomb plant in, but they're running at him. Wasting no time is Brokey. And he puts FaZe back on the map with a much-needed round, stopping the 5-round streak that Cloud9 were on.
This is still a good T-side, however you slice it, right? 5-round streak in a row for Cloud9. A pistol they didn't convert, but they still get back on track, back on the horse. And they can still win the half with all the money in their pocket.
Like, but just kind of think about it through that lens, you know, in a world where Cloud9 did convert these pistols, like this game is even more one-sided right now. FaZe even had that boost of picking up the 4-spy win, wrecking the money at Cloud9. And in spite of all of that, it's still a tie game. This map, if anything, feels kind of similar to Mirage, and that's not a good sign for FaZe. You've got to hope that this one round they put up here, when they actually have the man advantage, when they feel like they have the when they feel like they have the info, when they're one step ahead and closing it out, you've got to hope that restores a little bit of faith.
This was a 5v3 once again. It's just once again a situation where FaZe have all the pieces in the right place. They had ropz in the temple position. He grabs one, attacks the iris coming in as Cloud9 is actually exploding onto the A side, and still a 2v1. Still a situation where money's complicated. Lucky for them is the last round of the half doesn't come into play so much.
Bit of a pace for Nafany. He has been the space creator towards B. He's going to take that mid-fight. Twistzz finally wins it back. Hobbit does change the game, though. 4v4. Rain pushes through the smoke, and this is just audacious for FaZe right now. They're throwing punches at C9. Nice shot for Brokey.
Yes.
Stops the booster. And now it's a 4-on-2. FaZe can comfortably sit back, stack on B. Cloud9 with lots of util at least.
Dude, FaZe are breathing a sigh of relief right now. They could feel that there was a chance they don't even win out this first half. And, you know, that was from a 6-2 scoreline at one point. The idea that, you know, you were going to end up losing the half to Cloud9 was just too much to bear. And so, finally, you're in this position where you can still do good on an 8-7 scoreline. That might bring him back into it. I mean, with Rain on this angle, Buster will have a shot at the 1v1, but Rain is a real master of his craft in the cave. Don't underestimate him. Oh, Buster! Wow. Nails him! And with Rain dead now, 2-on-3.
They heard the scope. They know they're both here.
They know about the AWP, and Broky's going to try and deal with it. Broky's being proactive. They want to try and fight him, and they take that one engagement on the ramp while they've got it. Buster's been quiet for a while now. With that info, he knows that there were a lot of bodies over at B, and even though Twistzz has started the rotate, Buster still beats him to the bomb site.
He needs a molly in CT or Twistzz will just run through. There's no reason to respect this play. Twistzz is just going for it, full send, ending the half, and he finds it through the smoke. FaZe just about clinch out a winning half on Ancient. It could have been better, but it could always be worse. This is the end. This is the chance for it for FaZe, or Cloud9 take us to Anubis after the break.
I don't need your drugs in my village. I got royal blood in my system. I come from a line of kings. I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. I'm the chosen one. My stream of consciousness, conscious, I'm always on it. All of my 3 eyes walking wide open, just like a cyclops, you know it. I am what I am, and that's everything you not. So when you bringing Timbs in my temple, you better rip them off. Holy, you step in my presence, it's hollow ground, homie. Made of the lessons I learned in those things.
Making magic when they need it most.
FaZe Clan able to secure the last 2 rounds of this one, etch their way to an 8-7 half, split down the middle with a recovery from Cloud9 in there. If it wasn't for that early force buy, this scoreline could have felt even more one-sided. Cloud9 had a great route to recovery. They were taking advantage of Twistzz over in middle, and it wasn't until we got near the end of that first half that we saw FaZe build back into it. They had to stop a 5-round streak that Cloud9 embarked upon. And with the promise of a 5th map, this matchup with a chance to be historic for either team on the results of this map. And a pistol round for FaZe. They've had great success in these. This is one where they would love that history to keep rearing its head.
What a wrestling match we had towards the mid portion of the map, of course, with Twistzz and the aggression. Now it's going to be interesting to see if Hobbit plays with the same flavor. I anticipate something a little different, but the message will remain the same. Now, I know Lightning never strike twice in the same place, but FaZe was also 8-7 up on the third map, and Carrigan was at the helm on the T side, and now he's got to figure out the solutions.
Molly is brilliant, but Rain runs through. He doesn't care about fire. He puts it right out, and Shiro puts him down. He's going to keep C9 with this B site for now, but the cave component is coming in. They're going to try and boost up over. This is incredible. They've got an angle, but Brokey sees something over the top, and he drops Hobbit. 4-on-3. FaZe taking space towards long. They run down C9. It gets a bit awkward in the midst, but they do plant the bomb.
I mean, it's Shiro and Axel in the clutch, right? In the 2-on-3. These are meant to be the guys. And this has to be the time. They've had a couple of failed promises in moments like this. This can't afford to be one of them. You really want this pistol round if you're Cloud9, and Shiro has opened it up. This is meant to be the tag team. This is meant to be the duo. They're on the bomb. Bam! Down. Shiro 1v1. And ropz is running for the hills.
He knows.
Shiro on the bomb. ropz coming back around and needed to nail that. ropz is the man to provide.
He might have had it, man, but he wanted the ace. He wanted the kill. He wanted a guarantee that I can stick that package. 4 kills deep for Shiro. It's not enough.
Such an intense fight towards the very end, because technically the timing is enough for Shiro to pull through, and ropz knows it, and still he slows down the pace, and still he gets ready for the 1v1. There aren't that many players at the very top level who are as fight ready as ropz is, and that is one of the most incredible metrics you can have in the game. A player that is almost never caught off guard, always right crosser placement, knowing when the fight is about to happen, and you can see what it means for them. They need that steam, they need that momentum.
Yeah, ropz closing clutches, and Carrigan breathes a sigh of relief, but it's all temporary. FaZe have got to do right by it, and again, we come back to this conversation of force buys. Hey, the pistol, FaZe found their CT force. Now we need C9 to do the same right back. Close main positions. ropz lining up some dirty pop flash. Hobbit does get blinded. There's still a player on the boost, and Hobbit's just trying to set him up right now. Get that spot so the FAMAS can tear through FaZe. Carrigan gets a kill on the flank. They still don't know, but ropz will check up high. Even with the missed smoke, this one's a lock-in. This one's a guarantee. This is FaZe onto 10.
The spacing of that attack is splendid. Absolutely splendid. The two players from FaZe in that aim-in position realizing our biggest threat is what is in front of us. If we wait a little bit, it seems like our teammates towards mid have no resistance. We're going to let them come to site, and the more they eat away the space from Cloud9, the more comfortable we will be to have that pincer move. It might look easy, but it is very complicated, and you can easily just get ahead of yourself, overpeak, get punished.
If one player is too far separated from another, if one segment of the push goes early, then yes, you can get cut apart, and you know, Cloud9 can flick back very quick, but FaZe, they keep 5 alive, and that is such a relief for the money here. 6 rounds away now. You can feel it, the tension.
History is so close.
It is.
History is so close for them.
Again, it's not FaZe's first chance. Years ago in Season 1 of the Grand Slam, it took 3 continents for Carrigan and Rain to find those 3 notches. North, South America, the Oceanic region, they were right there on the edge, but they couldn't close it. And that cannot be the story of Carrigan's career in Go. This has to be the winning blow. FaZe have never been so close.
The timing is perfect, Hugh. The timing is perfect. If you think about it, when FaZe were winning all of these events in 2022, they rocked up and they had to win EPL 715. They had to win it. And then they had to win the other event after. They had to win Katowice. They couldn't. And then the pressure just dropped a little bit. People forgot about them. And now they're right here. It's right for the taking.
They're going to grab it with both hands. Will the sweat of C9 make FaZe slip through their fingers? Nice shots from ropz. He has been an MVP for all event long, and he's going to keep going, farming these ecos, making this nice and breezy. 11 rounds to FaZe, and now C9. If they want to put their foot in this door, it must start with this buy round.
Yeah, they've got to find success from the offset. They need to hit the ground running, or else FaZe is just going to be too far gone. Running away with this, running away with the title, running away with the Intel Grand Slam. And Cloud9 will be nothing more than a distant memory in this grand final. I mean, it's funny, right? Both these teams have actually had their fair share of criticisms over the years about their performances in playoffs, but FaZe, they've already kind of, or at least were supposed to have moved past that hurdle, right? And sure, it's kind of reared its head as of late, but the problem for FaZe has been actually getting to the playoffs more than anything else.
Now they're here, they're doing their best work. Ooh. Oh, careful, bit of blocking going on.
Hobbit has a ton of information. Hobbit is hearing all of that movement right here. We'll see if that triggers any sort of rotation from the CT side. They heard him pull back. Now ropz, being ropz, will obviously stay as close as possible to that spot. Maybe grab a kill, but he loses the exchange.
Wow. Taking that risky fight as well through a smoke. Hobbit will win that every day of the week. 5-on-3, FaZe. Grouping for what is a fairly empty B site, given the information Hobbit gained. They've got eyes on A. They've got the AWP on the cross. They can play the retake even without the kit. I would love to see a third player rotate over, and you can see that realization sets in now. Shiro starts his merry way.
You know, on the previous maps of these grand finals, I think, you know, this is actually where Cloud9 have had the bulk of their problems, is struggling to convert these man advantage rounds versus a cold, calculating FaZe clan that don't give anything away till the exact moment they strike. Even though you've got the advantage, you're playing very reactively in this moment. Nafany has support on the short side. They get out. Miss shot. Shiro smoked off. And Nafany only gets away with damage. This one could get weird. This one could get complicated. Kill for Buster, but Broky and Rain with the reply. And now it falls to Rain. A long way away is Axel. So far removed from this round. And so Rain has a 1v1 into the site here. He is a 1v1 on Hobbit. He's getting backstabbed, but Axel's got to move quickly. And so Rain has the advantage.
10 seconds.
Hobbit taps the bomb. Doesn't have a kit. Prompts a bit of spam. Rain's coming around to check this. Hobbit gives up that he's not on the bomb. And so Rain knows the time is on his side. The experience shining through. And Rain closes it out in style.
A 3-on-5. Just as you prophesized, Harry, just as we've seen all series for Cloud9, they cannot close.
The backbreaker.
That kills
Mentally,
you.
that's it.
Yeah.
Breaks your spine in half. Look, I said they were committed. I said the positions were fully invested. Nafany was not in a position to play retake. And there was a disconnect between he and Buster. You could see the utility being used by FaZe were great. Molotov was short. Buster is out of his position. Flash to CT spawn. And then they peek Nafany, who's now isolated. They've basically artificially created a 3v1 onto Nafany, and then they had the exchanges. This was never meant to be. This was Cloud9 with the perfect start to their CT side. Now FaZe pick up the pace.
Yeah, they're already in the A site. It's already lost Cloud9. You know, playing on the other side of these smokes, there is a gap for Shiro, but FaZe realized that. They re-smoke it, and he's even brought down low. The hope of accomplishing anything with these Deagles starts to dry out as FaZe entrench themselves around this bomb. Twistzz even up on the boost, a very powerful position to hold. Nafany's holding for a swing from it, but he's got other angles to worry about. FaZe just don't need to overstep. They're not feeling the pressure here. They know that's all Cloud9, and
no kit.
Rain gives up one of these fights, sure, but that's the only one that's going to be taken. Carrigan trying to pressure CT. Doesn't even need to do this, but that's just how confident he's feeling. Hobbit and Axel with a couple of kills in at the end, but there's no winning this round. They at least make it expensive, and that was the whole goal.
But FaZe have so much money. Rain is suddenly sitting at 11K prior to the buy. Twistzz has 8,000 as well, 9.3 for ropz. This is almost superficial.
I mean, dude, something that I think is wild is, like, you know, we talk about, and FaZe even said this themselves, like some of their biggest, you know, advantages is just that they're never truly out of a round. They know how powerful these individuals are, and we say that these rounds, even the 1v1s, just are so important. FaZe have got 5 clutches in this map so far. When we're getting into the late round, when it's coming down to just the individual ability, FaZe are closing it every damn time. Cloud9 have 0, by the way.
And they can feel it. Look at Rain running alone. Carrigan's pushing smokes. Even if it doesn't work out, it's a sign of the times, and FaZe want to slam it shut. Shiro does catch Rain on the cross. The bomb is in tow. ropz has a lot of space. Does Hobbit want to go through? This is a risky move to make. He's going to anchor down for now. ropz checks the corner. Hobbit wins his, though. There's no flash to get him out. He's just got to try and run, and Twistzz will not allow. Forget the plant. They know the kills are close. Twistzz is going to stick it. He's got there just in time. Cloud9 retaking and grouping through the donut in a 3-on-2. Another advantage they must win.
Yeah, if they can't win this one, if they can't win this man advantage round, this is it. Cloud9 are done. FaZe are on their way. They do deal with Twistzz. Brokey in the clutch, but that's been this guy's bread and butter.
And he
Molly
knows.
forces him off the angle. He's out of there.
Wow.
He can't even play for this one. So Cloud9, they do respond to one of these rounds. They move in, they retake, and they do it cleanly.
It's such a hard round to win if you are Cloud9 now. I want to put that message. That's when he picks up the pace, he picks up the pressure. It is not a coincidence that after this 3v5 we talked about, it's an intimate, instant A-rush. What happens after that? Kerrigan tries to go through the smoke mid. He's trying to push his advantage because he knows that his opponent are in his head and they continue again with a fast pace.
Yeah, that molly only stops the B-rush, but they're ready to go. If they get this pick, FaZe will speed this site. Shiro on the angle. Brokey hits the shot on the peak, and that's all FaZe ever wanted.
Dude,
they're even going to reset around the world.
That is just a crazy... Like, Shiro owned that angle. That is supposed to be a Shiro kill.
And the AWP on the A site is the power position for Shiro, and he's been there on the CT cross, he's been there in the temple. No longer. He's gone from the round. It's down to Axel, the hero of Cloud9, who's having an uncharacteristically quiet map, and FaZe are going to walk his way.
The entire weight of this final is on Axel's shoulders right now, and that pressure, that weight might be too much to bear. They're moving in through main. Oh, he's making it happen, doing everything he can to keep Cloud9 alive a little longer. There's a sign of life. He's given them a chance. It's down to the rest of the squad now to finish what Axel started. Brokey dead crossing, Hobbit on the scene. The bomb away from FaZe. And Rain in the clutch, getting wrapped through middle. Time's the only thing he's got, and even that is gradually turning against him. Looking for a fight, looking for something to tip the scales, but Nafany locates him, sniffs him out, and they do good on Axel's promise. That is such a mow-down. Just that moment, right? He is the man for the job. He is the one that you need and want to entrust to put up those multi-kills when it is demanded of him.
Look, there is a reality in Counter-Strike. In any round, you're not always set for success. It is how it is. Some rounds, you have the number against you. Some rounds, you have the wrong gamble. You have the wrong read. This was the Cloud9 situation right here. There were 4v5. We talked about Shiro losing the edge to Brokey, and then what did they do? They stacked me with 3 players. But hey, this is how you get historical wins. By having one player just turning the tide of a round where he's got no business winning. Axel was supposed to be immediately traded. We saw Kerrigan even with the crouch jump to make sure the crosshair was going far, but Axel's multi-kill ability is so high that they stay alive. But make no mistake, the pressure is still very much on Cloud9. All of these rounds will be very, very tense because FaZe is not putting up the break. They are still buying.
Yeah, you can see the stress on Kerrigan's face there as FaZe realize it's so within reach back to B. And with a ludicrous pace, it seems. Rain running right up. The mollies, you must respect them. Cloud9, keep the pressure on with utility and spam. Nothing comes for free at this point in the game. Cloud9 are not playing like they are on the back foot here. Even Nafany getting aggressive towards the cave will eventually cool off, making sure he can play with his teammates in the site and trade out. Shiro's here as well. Hobbit has that mid info at least, knowing they can't cross red without warning. FaZe take cave. But Mac 10's
I mean,
not going to make it easy.
Dude, like, you know, this buy, it's hinging on a lot, right? You really need to find success with this because this is how Cloud9 can get back in if they regain control of the money. So you're hoping the Mac 10s can close the distance. Shiro was caught with nades out as well, but he still comes in with the first. Nafany holding onto the cave. His teammates overran, but Buster locks it in from the long angle. Buster putting on a show, stepping up, tries all he can to save this round.
This is the guy.
It's left to ropz. He has been lights out here on Ancient. Looking for a fight. He saw a leg in cave. That is a lot of info with the nades out from CT. He knows where both players are. ropz is a dangerous man to give the info to. He's evaluating this, keeping a note of the mental timings, expecting the swing, and even though he's looking the right way, he can't win it. Cloud9 onto double digits. They're starting to believe again.
Yeah, just the way ropz positions himself there, it shows how confident this guy is. He is in the middle of the open on an off angle, expecting to hit that shot and flick to the second. He knows everything, but Hobbit with a perfect clear. Shiro, I don't know how he even takes one with him, given how that Rain ran through the smoke.
Buster is an absolute hero in this round.
Yeah.
I have to say, look, FaZe had done a tremendous job at disguising what they were doing as a map control. And this is why we saw Buster keeping an eye on window, because the amount of utility and the noise they were making towards B looked like we were just taking some map control.
FaZe again put pennies in, not everything, but enough. ropz has his exec. I love this exec for FaZe. They're going to give him 3 smokes. He's going to throw them all over the A site. He's got 3 lineups very quickly here. Going to be towards CT, Temple, Donut, everything. ropz will lob the lot. But this is a fake out. They're still going mid-late. They've been spotted.
Nafany has the info, but Rain's going to deal with him fast up the lane. Shiro keeps them in check over in middle, and that is such an important not even equalizer, advantage for him to find.
And despite the exec, they're already sending the AWP to B. They know no one's moved with this. They know FaZe have different plans in mind.
I think FaZe reacted to the kills. I think they wanted to go through the motions, but Rain punishing Nafany's move sort of opened the map. And now what FaZe do, they are a little bit unclear as to the finish, so they keep an eye on every space. They have here Rain in cave, making sure that there is going to be no information being retaken, but 2 players firmly planted mid. They're hoping for information gathering. They're hoping for someone being curious, going out of their way to grab that information, and it's not going to be given to them. So it's going to be a geographical 3v2 on the B side. And we see if Cloud9 can be solid. I mean, they've been so far.
You say 3v2, but Shiro counts for more than just one man.
Checkmate.
Can they flash him off? Can they blind him? Can they smoke him? Buster's inside of the site. Shiro scopes. He waits for his prey. Missed shot. That's a problem. FaZe get ever closer. Shiro follows up with a second. He's on 3 in the round. Buster holds it down. Nice dig for ropz, but surely no more. Cloud9 close the gap. They continue to fight for every shred.
And this is where, you know, the heart rates of FaZe start to creep up. You know, that pressure, it's not ignorable anymore. The Barbarians are at the gate, you know. You can feel them, they're right there. They're closing the distance on this. And, you know, what was once just a little thought, a quiet voice in the back of your head reminding you that this is not over yet, that this could still get stolen away in the 11th hour. Well, now that voice is getting louder. The anxiety is increasing.
And what a journey for Buster as well. I've seen games of Cloud9 where he was a liability. I've seen him struggle on that B side at the very beginning when he was fielded on that server. He struggled. The connection between he and Nafany, the synchrony wasn't really here. He was struggling, and now it's been back-to-back situations where he is the one stabilizing. He is the one having that multi-kills. And this has forced FaZe into a position of respect. Not to say they're out of solution, that's not the case. But they have to respect that the first group of defense is going to be strong.
Oh my God, you
no
really
one beats Rain in that, man. Like, I mean, he gets out 50 HP. That is a lovely bit of damage to have found from Nafany. Rain is so proficient with these angles in cave. One of the first guys to really master this position, and so Nafany feels good about that output. He heard the dink. He knows he's done damage back the other way. Twistzz in this mid fight again, but he's not been faced. Axile did get flashed through, but didn't commit to the peak. This is just default right now for FaZe Clan. They're holding for any sort of aggression in the mid round, but they've been given nothing.
Oh, they have to exec B. It's their only hope. It's their only chance. Full exec being thrown in from Brokey. Flash is the last piece of the puzzle, and Karrigan's going to slot it in place. Nice shot.
Man, if he can be the one to open this, if Karrigan can be the one to turn the tides, God only knows what that does for FaZe. He's been quiet in this game, has the captain. Having a lead from the shadows, a hell of a lot, right? Normally the first man gone in these rounds. But in this one, oh, how different it is. He gets that one kill that tips the scales, that opens up the B play. And FaZe deliver upon it.
They keep it nice and easy. They wait all round. They burn out every bit of util for Cloud9, and it's a smoke, a molly, and a flash. And FaZe just face forward.
And it's the importance of that entry kill, because Cloud9 had actually relatively correctly read the situation. They had 3 players on B. Just Hobbit was kind of peeking towards mid, but he was aware that this was just a ruse. There was no presence on middle. FaZe just wanted to send the signal, the message that they might be mid, but they weren't. Cloud9 defense was in position, but at the end of the day, in Counter-Strike, sometimes it just comes down to who clicks first on the head of the opponent. That's exactly what Karrigan did. And Nafany got on an island. Buster was behind the smokes.
Pause now for Cloud9. Groove with what may be some of his final words in this series if Cloud9 can't give us a second wind here. 4 rounds in a row, but FaZe have finally broken it.
Dude, I don't know. I do think it's actually important that, you know, it's Karrigan that can open that round for them. I really do, because he's been quiet here. He's not needed to be super loud when FaZe are winning. It didn't feel like it was much of a problem, but he is someone who always bears his own performance in mind. He demands a lot of himself, and he's been struggling in this game. And then, you know, he cooks up this cool last-second B play after they find nothing on the default. It's not even really a good spot to be in as you're launching that exec. And he gets the 1 kill that changes everything. This is the guy who, you know, when you talk about legacy and the legacy that's being left behind in global offensive, I think, you know, Karrigan is the one that you have to home into there. As mentioned, this will be, when CS2 rolls around, his 3rd generation of Counter-Strike that he's competed in.
Yeah.
And he wants people to look back on his time in global offensive fondly, not as one of missed opportunities.
So close, but not quite.
He's very close now.
Yeah.
2 rounds, in fact, from history.
FaZe are ready to make it. They will make no mistakes. Slow and steady wins the race out mid.
All this map control has been given away to FaZe time and time again. But they haven't really exactly used it. There's been a couple of A splits. You see now the utility they've been putting down again for Cloud9 means you don't have donut anymore. We could be in windows, but the bomb is still outside of B. Yeah. This is just map control. This is peeking, poking at your opponent, hoping that there is a reaction coming in.
And Karrigan again puts himself in the pivotal position to hear these rotations and to try and find the time to strike. If he hears a player run between sites, that makes all the difference to where FaZe end up. They will be going towards A.
They have so much map control.
Yeah, Nafany's been pushed back on B. That's going to keep Buster here as well. He won't even play into this one in the pre-plant. FaZe got a group for what is a triple hit into A.
Cloud9 are fully falling for this as well. They are leaning heavy over towards B. They don't have that info. They don't know. And so, once again, the saving grace has to be Axal. And with this room given up in red, it could all go downhill for Cloud9. Shiro deals with Karrigan. Axal traded.
No way.
Twistzz with a double. He's looking for his 2nd Intel Grand Slam. He's trying to be the difference maker, to find 15, to find match point, with so much on the line. Twistzz has answered the call, battled back into the 3-on-3. And now he sits, waiting for ropz's contact. Sure, ropz falls out of the round, but Twistzz is still a threat out behind the big box. Another on the tally. Twistzz is on a mission! 4 out of 5! 1 more to find, and these 1v1s have been where FaZe thrive. Baits the shot. Nafany's moving in! But it's Twistzz! The man who could make history tonight! Looks to show up, an ace to find match point for FaZe Clan.
Pro League on the line, Intel Grand Slam on the line, and Twistzz stands up and delivers for FaZe Clan. Could you want anything else? Could a story be better for Twistzz?
I mean, dude, if he isn't already, this is going to cement him as the face of NA Counter-Strike in a big way. The most winningest player. Looking to take to the stage in all his glory. Where did this come from, Twistzz?
What an incredible second wave from Twistzz. And he had the words in the interview. Anytime someone put a microphone in front of his head, he said, listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make history. I'm going to look at the Intel Grand Slam. I'm going to grab it for the 2nd time. He wasn't shying away from the pressure. He wasn't downplaying the narrative. We hear that all the time. We see it all the time. Not for Twistzz. And I feel like these words kind of were embodied in this round. Just rolling in, going in, and having an ace to put FaZe on 15.
It's here now. You can feel it. Cloud9. They tried and they fought so hard, but it might be all in vain. 1 map in their pocket. And FaZe ready to deliver that final blow. We go back to the exec. Every smoke for ropz. And it's bare bones buy for C9. No kit, no molly to stop this approach. They've got double nades. They go in early. And FaZe arrive right on time.
Yeah, they want to end this. They want to end this now. No more second chances for Cloud9. This has to be it. This has to be the multi-kill round of dreams, and it doesn't happen with Axal dead. That advantage with FaZe, they can feel this. That realization is starting to set in. That in a moment's time, they might have finally caught this elusive trophy that they've been chasing to find the Intel Grand Slam. Rain! Wow. The hammer's been slammed down by Thor himself. And now it's just Buster and Hobbit left up in this one, but they can't find a thing! FaZe Clan doing it for! They pick up the trophy, and it just all starts to break down. They realize they've done it. Elation, that trepidation, that anxiety, that all subsides because tonight they are champions.
Over a